I almost lost it earlier this week. Because motherfuckers, social medias was down. I mean, thank God I had already posted and shared last week's episode. So it had happened right after that. But at least I friggin' put it up on my story for for people to see and shit. I was like, what is going on, bruh? And it's all because of a whistleblower. Honestly, listen. Shout out to some ordinary gamer. In other words, Mudahar. He basically let us know what really happened with the whole Facebook shutdown, which also led to Instagram and WhatsApp shutdown, which is the social medias that I use in WhatsApp and Instagram. I don't really use Facebook, but I was really afraid. But it wasn't the only thing, because word to everything, I was trying to get into friggin' YouTube, and YouTube was like taking dumb long to load and shit like that. So that's part of Google. So it's like, I don't know. But yeah, shout out to Mudahar, because he put us on, or some ordinary gamer, because he put me on to how it really went down. He's a tech freak. And yeah, he basically let us know what it was exactly that was going on with Facebook, and how the shutdown really happened, and that it's not really or how it could really not be, this whole conspiracy theory about it, where because the whistleblower came out and was stating that Facebook is going along with this narrative of separating people from reality, and I forget exactly what it was that she said, but she was saying something along those lines of like, it's separating people, like it's intentionally dividing us, something like that. But yeah, during the shutdown, Mark Zuckerberg lost like $7 billion. For anybody that doesn't understand that lingo, $7 billion. Which is like chump change to him. Which is crazy, because I'm in debt. So it's like, swing something over, bro. Like, I'd be grateful with 10K. Just 10K, I pay off my my student loans and shit like that. But anyways, yeah, it was scary. I didn't know how long it was gonna be for. I was bored as fuck. I didn't know what else to do. Everybody around my household was just standing around, just like, so. Yup. Gratefully enough, though, I could listen to my playlist that I had on Apple. But yeah, some people speculate that it's because of the whistleblower. It's because she came out and spoke out against Facebook. Honestly, though, I really don't understand. I feel like Facebook is on its last limb, and that's why they bought Instagram and WhatsApp, because it's like, it should have been gone. Like, I remember me being on Facebook back in 2013, 2012, 2013, 2011. Those 3 years I really had in Facebook. Like, I remember, like, I was thinking last night of how people would be on their computers or whatnot, right? And like, you would go on Facebook and you would like have conversations with people in the little tab on the bottom, and you have conversations with them and talk to them and shit. And I'm like, wow. And then like it would pop up like a little green circle to let you know that they're online and shit. I don't know. I haven't checked Facebook out on computer in a hot minute, so I don't remember if they still have this practice. But like, I think back to like 2012, 2013, back when it used to be like that. Like, that shit was fire. And it's like, you wouldn't be able to send pictures through the little box DM shit on the bottom of your screen while you're just like looking through statuses and shit. But you would be able to send like these little emotes. I don't remember very well if you were even able to do that, but if I'm not mistaken, you were able to send these little emotes and shit, which was like the closest thing to memes, or DMing each other memes and shit. But yeah, I felt like honestly, Facebook should have died down back when I left it. Because you know, I feel like, how can I say, like MySpace, I had a MySpace at one point. I wasn't supposed to, and I barely remember how I don't remember how my shit looked. But I remember having like 8 songs on my shit and then like a couple pictures up. But I don't recall any of that. I was too young. I made it on some fuck up shit, like just fucking around and all of that. But then Facebook came in and started taking over, and you know, I was a little older. Had a good grasp on how to surf the web and use laptops and shit like that. And I created my own shit. And I remember at that time I would hide it from my mom that I had Facebook, because you know, when you we're back in Facebook when you were like 11 years old and Facebook was out. Oh, when Facebook was popping, you would have to like hide it from your, unless your mom was like really fucking cool, didn't give a shit. My mom was like that, but she kind of gave a shit. So I was like, yeah, I used to hide it, and then up until one point it was just like, yo, she was like, you got Facebook? I was like, yeah. I mean, come on, man. Like I'm 12. Let me have Facebook. Yo, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's simpler times, guys. I miss those days. I really do miss those days. And if you know anybody that heavily uses Facebook now, if they're not old or like in their late middle ages, and they're like young adults, like my age and shit, or younger, they're a menace to society. I'm gonna let you guys know right now. I'm gonna put you onto that little secret. If you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a little boo thing that has Facebook nowadays, and well, I have Facebook, but I don't use that shit. So if anybody that you know that's around this age and or era and uses Facebook really heavily, like on some like the same way motherfuckers be using Twitter and Instagram nowadays, is a menace to society. That person will cheat on you in an instant. That person will hit you in an instant. That person will verbally abuse you in an instant. That person don't give a shit about nothing. I'm not saying it just because I don't use Facebook. I'm saying it because I've grown to learn this throughout some time now. Those be the motherfuckers that have no internet on their phone or don't have their phone connected, so you have to wait for their reply, and they respond to you 2 hours later when they finally get a McDonald's that has a Wi-Fi and lets them sit inside, especially after COVID. I feel like you have to hit up the motherfucker like, yo, we linking later? Yeah, facts, bro. I bet. What time? 2 hours later, nigga, we're like, my fault, bro. I ain't have internet. Where you at? I'm right here. I'm in McDonald's in fucking West Farms. Oh, I bet. Bro, right now I'm at work already. You should have chilled earlier. Yeah, my fault, bro. I had to leave the other McDonald's. No, I feel for them people though. But those be the motherfuckers that be heavily on Facebook, because probably Facebook loads a whole lot quicker than Instagram or Twitter does on them bum ass fucking McDonald's Wi-Fi's. But y'all know who I'm talking about, bro. The menace to society niggas. Those be the menace to society niggas. But yeah, the social media shut down. Back to that. Shit was tough. I ain't gonna lie. I was a little scared. I thought it was over. I'm like, God damn, bro. I just started my podcast. What the fuck? How am I supposed to, like, I'm gonna keep on trying to post it, but like, damn, bro. Like, yeah. And it's like, what if, hear me out on this one, right? What if they made it on purpose, right? They made the shutdown happen on purpose just to see people's reaction when the internet or social media goes down. And now they got us by the balls like that. They got us by our clitoris. You feel me? Like, they got us. They're like, oh, we could tell how much they give a fuck about this shit. Yeah, we knew they gave a fuck about it, but now we really see how many fucks they give. Oh yeah, we gonna do something. We gonna definitely do something about this. I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's the conspiracy theory I'm going towards. Feel me? People think it's because of the whistleblower thing. And I hate they call her a whistleblower just because she said that. I mean, she used to work with Facebook, but like, just because she spoke and said like Facebook is designed to divide us, or is focusing down on continuing the division between us humans. Like, whistleblower. I mean, I don't know. I didn't really look into her shit. She probably said something crazier. She probably, stated a whole lot more. But it's so ironic how immediately after this story with the whistleblower comes out, Facebook shuts down. And it gets me tight. It gets you to think, because it's like, yo, why the fuck would you, the previous owner or the CEO, the used to be CEO of WhatsApp or Instagram, why would you let a motherfucker like Mark Zuckerberg buy your shit? It should be illegal to do that. You feel me? I think that shit is called like something like it has something to do with like monopolies and shit like that. And like, we should really enforce laws on these monopolies, because it's like, you telling me the same nigga finna own most of social medias? Like, one dude. Nah, bro, we need that diversity. That's why Twitter wasn't supposedly, I don't know, because I have Twitter, but like Facebook, I don't use it. But supposedly, they were just fine and dandy watching everybody go to shit, or everybody that's over on Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp and shit. So it's like, you feel me? I fuck with Twitter in that aspect. I mean, I don't think I would ever use Twitter until you guys start putting me on to Twitter and like, tagging me into shit. And I don't know. I never know the right people to follow on Twitter. So that's why I don't give a fuck about Twitter, because I don't find anything. I'd be bored in that bitch. Porn or not, I don't give a fuck. That shit, I'd be bored in that bitch. But yeah, that's really why. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's weird, and I like that about Twitter. Even though I don't really use it, I like that the owner or whoever the CEO of Twitter is, and always doesn't look to sell that shit, or doesn't give a fuck. Basically, doesn't give a shit. Even though motherfuckers over at Twitter be fucking banning people, from what I've heard. Motherfuckers get banned for saying certain shit, but then you could post your butthole. Like, I think I've made this point in previous episodes before, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, guys, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.